Maria Torres was about to do something she'd promised herself she'd never do again: open her banking app in front of another person. Her hands were shaking. Not because she didn't know the number. Because she did. $20,412. She was 31, working as a dental receptionist in Phoenix. And that number had been living in her chest for 2 years like a stone she couldn't put down. No mortgage, no car loan, just credit cards, a medical bill she never budgeted for, and a transmission repair that wiped out her savings in one afternoon. That night, sitting alone at her kitchen table, she almost did what most people do. She almost closed the laptop and told herself she'd deal with it later. But her grandmother's voice stopped her. Little rivers make big oceans, mija. She'd heard that phrase her whole life and never once understood it. That night, she decided to find out what it meant. She didn't start with a plan to erase $20,000. That number was too big to even look at directly. Instead, she did something almost embarrassingly small. She committed to setting aside $5 a day. 1 skipped coffee, 1 packed lunch, 2 canceled subscriptions. $5 moved into an account she couldn't touch. Her friend Jenny laughed when she heard about it. $5 a day? Maria, you owe $20,000. Jenny wasn't wrong. $5 wasn't going to erase the number. But Maria wasn't trying to fix the number yet. She was trying to fix the habits that got her there in the first place. Within a month, that small habit started changing how she saw everything else. Where her paycheck actually went. What she bought out of boredom instead of need. Once she'd built a small cushion in that account, she made a decision she'd keep the cushion where it was and redirect the daily $5 toward her smallest credit card balance instead. That was the real strategy. Pay off the smallest debt first, then roll that payment into the next one, and the next, until nothing was left. Slow, unglamorous, but she could watch it working. Then, 7 months in, right when she'd finally found her rhythm, it happened again. Her car broke down. Same transmission that had already cost her once. The mechanic's quote this time, $1,800. Maria sat in the parking lot with her phone in her hand, and for a moment, the old panic came flooding back. 1 tap, and she could put it on a credit card and undo 7 months of work in a single afternoon. She actually opened the card app, her thumb hovered over it. Then, she remembered the account. The boring one. The one she'd almost quit funding a dozen times because $5 a day felt like nothing. It had $1,100 in it. She closed the credit card app. The shop's owner, seeing she was paying most of it up front, offered to split the remaining balance into 3 monthly payments with no added interest, a small favor, not a financial trick. She agreed, paid the rest in cash, and drove home without a single new charge on any card. For the first time in her adult life, a financial emergency didn't set her back. It just slowed her down for a minute. That was the moment everything changed, not the $5 itself, but the proof that it had built something real. She picked up freelance work on weekends, organizing scheduling systems for 2 local small businesses, using skills she already had from her day job. $300 extra a month, every cent aimed straight at her debt. Month by month, the number shrank. 14 months in, 3 of her 5 debts were gone. Her credit score climbed from the low 500s past 650. She stopped flinching every time her phone buzzed with a bank alert. 26 months after that first night at her kitchen table, Maria made her final payment. Same chair. Same table. Different tiers. Nobody handed her money. She built one small, boring habit and refused to quit on it, even on the days it felt like it wasn't working. Today, that same $5 a day still moves automatically. Except now, it's not fighting debt. It's building her future. Sitting quietly in a retirement account she opened the same week she made her last payment. It didn't rewire her overnight, it just taught her to notice money before it slipped away. She still keeps that old legal pad in a kitchen drawer, $20,000 written across the top in her own handwriting. She takes it out sometimes on purpose, just to remember. The debt didn't disappear because of one big decision. It disappeared $5 at a time on the days she almost didn't bother. That's the part most people get wrong about money. They wait for the big move. Maria learned it the hard way. Freedom doesn't usually arrive with a bang. It shows up quietly, a little at a time, until one day you look up and it's already done. This story is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental.